I'm not going to talk about basketball. Nothing's happened with our team in the last 6 hours. We're going to start the same way tonight. Any basketball questions don't matter. Since we left shoot around, 14 children were killed 400 miles from here, and a teacher. And in the last 10 days, we've had elderly black people killed in a supermarket in Buffalo. We've had Asian churchgoers killed in Southern California. And now we have children murdered at school. When are we going to do something? I'm tired. I'm so tired of getting up here and offering condolences to the devastated families that are out there. I'm so tired of I'm tired of the moments of silence. Enough. There's 50 senators right now who refuse to vote on H.R. 8, which is a background check rule that the House passed a couple of years ago. It's been sitting there for 2 years. And there's a reason they won't vote on it, to hold on to power. So I ask you, Mitch McConnell, I ask all of you senators who refuse to do anything about the violence and school shootings and supermarket shootings, I ask you, are you going to put your own desire for power ahead of the lives of our children and our elderly and our churchgoers? Because that's what it looks like. It's what we do every week. So I'm fed up. I've had enough. We're going to play the game tonight, but I want every person here, every person listening to this to think about your own child or grandchild or mother or father or sister, brother. How would you feel if this happened to you today? We can't get numb to this. We can't sit here and just read about it and go, well, let's have a moment of silence. Yeah, go Dubs, you know. Come on, Mavs, let's go. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go play a basketball game. And 50 senators in Washington are going to hold us hostage. Do you realize that 90% of Americans, regardless of political party, want background check, universal background check? 90% of us, we are being held hostage by 50 senators in Washington who refuse to even put it to a vote, despite what we, the American people, want. They won't vote on it because they want to hold on to their own power. It's pathetic. I've had enough.
Yeah. It's so goddamn pathetic. Republicans do not care. Republicans do not give a single shit about anyone's kids. They could literally be walking past a building full of children on fire with those kids screaming in agony for help, and these elected representatives would just whistle on by. Heartbroken and horrified by the senseless shooting that took 15 innocent lives. We're grieving. No parent or child should ever have to go through this. Heartbroken to see the horrific violence. Heartbreaking tragedy. Situation unimaginable. Nah. The situation is not unimaginable because it's happened before. Time and time again. We've had more mass shootings than there are days in the year. And the year's not over yet. This isn't unimaginable. This is business as usual. And it's business as usual because of these motherfuckers. Conservatives, and I've been saying this, and I'll keep saying it because it's true. Conservatives want you dead. They do not care if you are alive or dead. And to them, it's often more convenient if you're dead because you don't have all of those pesky complaints when you're 6 feet underground. All right? Republicans do not care about the unborn. They do not care. Okay? Ask them. Ask a pro-life Republican in the House or Senate or local government which they would save in a fire. Okay? There's a fire. There's a building on fire. Which do you save? 100 test tubes of unborn fetuses or one living baby? Okay? Which do you think they'd save? Guess what is more important to them than that actual living baby? And we can discern that from the results of their actions, or rather the results of their inactions. They would let that baby burn for like a handful of money. Every Republican representative that you elect is an individual Judas who will sell you out to death the second it becomes convenient. Yeah, we have about 1.5 mass shootings per day in the United States. Per day! And then anytime it happens, oh, we're so sorry. We're praying. They're in our thoughts. You know, this thing that happened, it sure was evil. Sucks that we can't do anything about it. Just over and over again, the same fucking shit. Republicans have blood on their hands. They have this child's blood on their hands. It's not a hypothetical, chat. It's not a hypothetical about whether or not Republicans want you dead. They wanted this kid dead more than they wanted, like, anything else. Because this kid being dead means that they still get the backing from their donors. This kid being dead means that they don't have to spend as much time on the fucking phone talking with old farts to get donos for their campaigns. They care about that more than they care about this kid, another kid, every single kid who died today, and every single kid who will die in mass shootings in the months and weeks and days to come. They care more about their corporate backing than they do about this kid and kids like him. And because of that, they put these children into tiny child-sized graves. This is why you should never buy some conservatives' horse shit about being socially liberal but fiscally conservative. Because guess what? Those fiscal conservatives, they put children into graves just as effectively, just as quickly as other types of conservatives, okay? You're not one of the good ones. If you are fiscally conservative but socially liberal, you're not one of the good ones. You're just good at lying to yourself so you can sleep at night. Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Our nation needs to take a serious look at the state of mental health today. Sometimes meds can be the problem. America is failing our youngest generations from decades of rejecting good moral values and teachings. We don't need more gun control. We need to return to God. Chat, Marjorie Taylor Greene is a fascist. The modern fascist movement is explicitly evangelical. They will reject science. They will reject medicine. They will reject rationality in order to achieve their objectives. Marjorie Taylor Greene is, in a sense, more loyal to her voters because she doesn't give a shit about her corporate backers. She doesn't. But that's because she's a fascist. What Marjorie Taylor Greene cares about is pushing the narrative that we need to reject knowledge, we need to reject education, we need to reject modernity and return to tradition, okay? That we need to return to God, that we need to embrace a theological worldview and bedrock for the entire country. Okay? Her goal is to explicitly kill you if you don't agree with her. It's not just like a passive wanting to kill you, just because it makes you makes her money. It's she wants to kill you because you are not like her and you will not serve her ends. Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't give a shit about mental health. She's a lunatic who actually believes that because people don't go to church enough, we're getting more mass shootings. Because people don't believe in some invisible force that acts upon their lives, that they are going out and shooting people. Marjorie Taylor Greene, as opposed to those other Republicans, those fiscal conservatives, social liberals, as opposed to like even just hardcore like alt-right types, Marjorie Taylor Greene would just pull out a pistol and kill this child herself. Because she is a fascist, chat. But either way, this kid still dies. Whether it's conservatism or fascism, this kid still gets caught in the crossfire. Or whether it's democratic establishment inaction and unwillingness to apply pressure. Rest in peace, Xavier Lopez. You deserved a far better world.